Okay, day 3 of module 10 with circles. We're looking at our learning target of finding the area of a sector now, this last part of our learning target. So you should be able to calculate the area of that sector. Okay, so this ties right in with area of a circle, so we're going to talk about area. You can see this diagram here. The area is that space inside of the circle, and how we find that is using this nice little formula right there. Pi r squared. Sounds like area to me. And so r is that radius again, that halfway through from the center to the outside. So we're going to find some radiuses first. So we're going to go through this right now. So we've got find the area when I have r, and we're going to use pi, not just 3.14. So we're going to be accurate here. So the area for this is going to be pi times 3 squared. Okay, and again, we can find that again. And that one is going to give me 38.5. And these are going to be squared units. Again, this will be millimeters squared for that one. This one gives me the diameter, so I have to half this so I can get the radius. Okay, and then I can go and find my area of of pi, and then times by 7.5 squared as well once I get that part. Okay, so again, pi times 7.5 squared, that gives me 176.7. Okay. This next one, I've got a CD, has a diameter of 4.5. So, again, it's giving me a diameter, so I need to cut this in half. That means the radius is going to be equal to 2.25. So to find the area, it should just be pi times 2.25 squared. Pi times 2.25 squared. And that gives me 15.9 is what I get for that. And this is going to be inches squared for that one. Just like this one's going to be yards squared. Okay, you should be able to work backwards and find, we want to find the radius for these given circumferences and then find the circumference and area. So we need to find the radius for each of these. So if I'm given this, we've already kind of already done this, but I've just got to divide this by 2 pi to find the radius. So when I do that, that will give me, again, my radius. I get 6.84. And then to find the area, I'm just going to go pi times 6.8 squared. And that will give me my answer for that. So for this one, I get 147.1, and that'll be feet squared is what I end up with that one as well. This one, again, I'm going to divide by 2 pi to get that. Again, this should be like we did when we did this on day 2 as well. So my radius for this will be 15.4. And so to find the area, I'm just going to go pi times 15.4 squared. Squared. And so this one I get, again, 748.7. And this is yards squared. And this bottom one here, or this last one here, I get the area. So this one's going to be a little bit different. Think about this. The area, which is 92.75, is equal to pi r squared. So I have to divide by pi to find the radius. So I'm going to go 92.75 divided by pi. And then, again, that gives me like 29.5. And that gives me r squared. So then I have to square root this number from there. So I take the square root of that number, which will give me what r is, and that gives me 5.4. And then if I want to find the circumference, which it's asking for the circumference of that, I just go 2 pi times 5.4. And that circumference number will give me that. I get 34.1 for that one. Okay, so into sector area. Sector area is going to be a piece of it. So if you guys look here in this diagram, this purple shade will be the area. I don't want the whole circle's area, I just want part of it. We need to know the central angle, and we need to know the radius as well for this. Okay? So my formula for it is to take 1/2 times this theta again. Remember, the theta, this symbol right here, is the angle in radians. So we have to convert. Remember, my conversion is to take the degree, times it by pi, and divide it by 180 for that. Okay? So if we are looking at, let's say we've got a beam from a lighthouse for a distance of 12 miles. So this is my radius. We want to know the area that's covered as the beam has an arc, the degree, that central angle of 150. Okay? So again, that would be the 150 in here, that central angle, and then the radius is 12. So I have to convert 150 by timesing it by pi and dividing by 180. That'll give me theta. So this is theta. Okay? Then I times it by 1/2 to find the area, and I times it by r squared, so 12 squared. And this whole thing will give me what the area is. So again, I have to take my angle, convert it by putting the pi and divide it by 180, and then going from there. So when we find that, let's do that right now actually. And I end up with, again, this will give me 188.5 if I round, and that's going to be miles, again, squared for that. Okay? All right, 7 and 8, they just give me the diagram. So I've got this 100 degree and this radius of 7. So I go 1/2, again, times 100 pi over 180, because I have to convert this. So it's in radians, and then times by 7 squared is what I have from that one as well. So again, 1/2 times, let's see, what have we got? 100 pi over 180, and then times that by, again, 7 squared. And that one gives me 42.8, and this would be centimeters squared. Okay, that's number 8. I got to convert the 135. That's this angle here in the blue, and then my radius is 4. So again, 1/2 times 135 pi over 180, because I have to convert that, and then times by 14 squared as well. And let's see, what do we get for that? Let's see, almost there. That would give me 230 and then 0.9, and that's going to be meters squared. Okay, and this last one's just another story problems. If you have 5 pieces on a pizza that has a radius of 8, and the pizza is divided up into 8, so we're eating 5, and we have 8 pieces, even pieces. So I need to know an angle for 5 pieces. So, guys, if a full circle is 360 degrees, so if I divide that by 8, that will give me, again, that'll give me 1 piece. So that would give me 45 degrees for each piece. Now, I'm eating 5, so what is 5 times 45? That'll tell me how much the total amount that we ate. So this gives me 225. So that's my central angle that I'm interested in. So when I go to find the area, it's going to be 1/2, and then this 225, but I got to convert it by putting the pi and divide it by 180. That's my conversion. And then I'm going to times that by my radius square, which the radius is 8 inches, so 8 squared. And then I should be able just to calculate that. Let's see. 80 and times by 8 squared. So this one gives me 125 against 7 if you round, and that's inches squared of pizza that you ate. So do not forget to convert, again, the angle into radians. You got to make sure you do that conversion and go that route. So, all right, that's it. We'll see you. Bye.